Standing with a map somewhere on the street, and suddenly somebody exit his car and ask me if he can help.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello,
nice to see you. Welcome to the Hilton Astana. Great you're here.
Yes.
And first time in our hotel, or you have been here before?
No, I have been here, in MICE events.
Yeah.
Yes. Different and economic forum and other events. You are holding here many kind of.
Quite a lot of events, and I'm very happy that I can show you now a new place, Executive Lounge,
yes,
on the 8th floor, where you have a beautiful view as well, over Nur-Sultan.
Thank you for having us, yes, and for your time. Okay, so
super. Let's go.
Okay,
thank you very much. Super.
Thank you, Mr. Stephan. While we are walking to our interview place, can you say a little about this hotel? Who is an architecture of this hotel, and what is the difference between this hotel and other chains? You can, yes, okay.
Super. So I think the unique point of our hotel is definitely the big atrium what we have. Flooded left and right with light.
Yeah.
This really makes it unique here.
I see.
Nice that it was designed as well from a Kazakh designer. So everywhere in the hotel you see, some Kazakh specialities. For example, here on the floor you have, and then we all see the eagles flying in the lobby, and so everywhere as well in the carpet you have the ornaments there. So you see really a lot of Kazakh elements in a very nice international hotel, and I think this makes us very unique in this city here.
True.
Yeah. Yes. You can see here the atrium, so it's really fantastic with the bridges between the two wings, what we have, and this really makes it unique. Please, can I invite you?
Thank you. So, Executive Lounge is here.
So, exactly. Now we're on the 8th floor. So let's continue to the Executive Lounge. And you see as well here you have the feeling of this very spacious and open hotels.
How many rooms here in your hotel do you have?
In total, we have 253 rooms. We have 23 suites as well, and so it's quite a big number of hotels.
I see. Yes.
Please.
Thank you.
Great. So welcome to our Executive Lounge.
Thank you. Yes.
The home for many international travelers when they are on the way. Living many nights in a year in hotel rooms. They are really enjoying the atmosphere in the club lounge, the unique atmosphere here to interact as well with other business travelers. And I think, just to give them the feeling to feel more at home than just in a hotel.
Yes, I see here really it's like in a home. So, and this executive lounge is not for everyone, eh?
It's not for everybody. It's for our executive guests who buys one of the rooms on our executive floor, plus whoever buys a suite in our hotel has access to the executive lounge. Yeah.
So this 8th floor is executive floor.
Exactly. 8th and 7th floor we have executive floor, and the very special thing here is that we start with breakfast in the morning. So we have a nice buffet over there for the morning service, and basically the guests they can serve themselves. So the whole package is included, including alcoholic drinks, including snacks throughout the day. Just like at home.
From the morning.
From the morning until the evening.
Okay,
exactly.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Stephan. Yes. So let's maybe have a seat and maybe start our interview. Mr. Stephan, yes, we have looked to your hotel. It's quite very nice. I think it's one of the best hotels in Kazakhstan. Who is the architect of this hotel?
It's a purely Kazakh architectural studio, Inc. Corporation or Inc. Design. And I think the aim was to combine, an international modern design, combine with a lot of Kazakh traditions. This was their task, and I feel they did a great job, because you really can see throughout the hotel, everywhere, some Kazakh features, which makes this hotel as well very unique and very special.
I see. As I understand, the hotel belongs to a Kazakh entrepreneur, and it is managed by a Hilton chain. If this is right, who is the owner of the hotel? And if it's not right, what is the scheme?
I mean, the hotel was part of the Expo development. So it was built within the sphere, at the same time like the spheres, like the Congress Center. And it is as well from ownership part of this Expo development. This is one part. And of course, BI Group is involved as well. They have a certain share as well of the hotel. And Hilton is managing the place on behalf of the owners. So we take care of the day-to-day business. We do the selling strategy, we do the marketing concept, we do the restaurant concepts, and all the day-to-day operational aspects is handled by Hilton.
Okay, I see. And Hilton also have a share of the hotel, or is just a management?
Hilton is purely a management company.
I see.
Purely management company.
As I understand, Hilton does not own hotels in the world. It's just a management.
I cannot confirm that we don't own hotels at all, but our main speciality is to manage hotels, to sell rooms, to sell food and beverage, to take care of our valuable guests. And, this is what we can do. We are not asset managers. So, we tend to leave this with specialists, and we do this what we are best in.
Okay, I see. Who are strong other competitors of your hotel here in Nur-Sultan?
Yeah, we have a lot of international hotel chains here. Yes, competitors on one side. I think on the other side is as well very important to have a lot of international brands present in a location, especially in a location which still is in a development phase when it comes to meeting and incentive groups. Because all the hotels are as well ambassadors for Nur-Sultan to bring additional business to the city. So yes, we have a lot of competitors, but I think on the long run it's very beneficial for us to be here, to have a strong presence from all the Marriott brands, from the Hilton brands, from the Radisson brands in the city itself.
In Astana, who do you think is the main competitor?
I think the main competitors are purely within the 5-star categories. And I think the hotels are quite equal when it comes to competition. The market is very competitive in Nur-Sultan. And, therefore we need to make the difference not only with the product, but as well with the team members and with the service level what we are providing to our guests.
Okay. Thank you. What is the difference between the Hilton chain and other hotel chains in the world? Is there some difference?
I think it's about the philosophy, it's about the values, which can be different. I think very important is when it comes to chains, it's about the presence in the world. So we have more than 5,000 hotels in the world. We have more than 17 brands in total, clearly differentiated brands in the hotel. So if you go to a Hilton, you know exactly what you will get. If you go to Waldorf Astoria, our premium brand, you know exactly as well what you get. And this is very consistent all over the world. And I think this makes us different to many other hotel brands, that we really can offer worldwide coverage of a consistent service level.
This year, the Hilton Hotel achieved 100 years What kind of main achievements for these 100 years you can mention?
Yeah, you know, for us it was a very important year because not many companies can celebrate their 100th birthday.
Yes.
And still doing the same business. So we are extremely proud. We are proud of our heritage. A lot of inventions came from Hilton in the past. Let's say first airport hotel. And then simple things, you know, first minibar in hotel rooms, first TV in hotel rooms, you know. So these are all milestones in our heritage. Today everything is normal.
Yes.
But when you go to the 50s, 40s, 30s, you know, it was not normal there. We did a lot of invention as well when it comes to food. For example, pina colada is one example, which was invented in one of the hotels. You know, we have the brownies, which was invented as well in one of the hotels. So, you know, it's first of all, it's the heritage. When it comes to figures, you know, we roughly had 10 million team members in these 100 years. We roughly served 100 million guests in these 100 years. And we had around $1 billion or trillion dollars revenue within this 100 years. So quite significant figures from a worldwide perspective. In Astana, we were of course celebrating as well these milestones with the teams, but as well with the public. So we had 3 events which we were doing in connection to the 100 years. One was we were planting 100 trees just behind Kanshatir. So it was a team event for the 3 Hiltons what we have in the city. So the Hilton Garden Inn, the Hampton and the Hilton itself. So it was one. We were donating 100 liters of blood. So we organized a blood donation event amongst the team members. And the aim was to collect 100 liters of blood. And the last activity was we provided to 100 students master classes in our hotels. So we had a lot of young people coming to the hotel, and we introduced them to different departments of the hotel. We gave them some tips, we showed them. It was quite an interactive event. So this is the way how we celebrated this 100 years. So the actual birthday was in May, but of course the celebration took place the whole year.
And you said there are 3 hotels in Nur-Sultan.
Yeah.
Is Hampton, Hilton Garden Inn, and Hilton Astana. So in these 3 chains, do you know how many, like, in total people work? Like, how many jobs does provide Hilton?
No, this one I don't know. I know that the Garden Inn has around 250 rooms as well, so quite a big hotel. Fantastic city center location. Very nice upscale 4-star hotel. The Hampton is a little bit smaller. They have around 112 rooms. It's a super 3-star product. And but how many team members I cannot tell you.
And you don't so much cooperate with them because of different ownership.
Exactly.
For example, the Hampton is managed by a Hampton group, maybe, yep. And Garden Inn is managed by other group, like in whole world.
So all the hotels are under the same umbrella. So we belong all to the same family of hotels, but we have, as you said, independent owners. We have different managers, but we are sharing, of course, a lot of programs together as well. You know, and we have the same internet platform, for example. You know, so we are from the same family, from the same brand, but different managed hotels.
Here in this hotel, besides the rooms, what kind of other facilities do you provide?
I think one of the highlights of our hotel is definitely the meeting space. With around 4,000 square meters total event space, we are one of the biggest and most important hotel when it comes to meeting and events. We have one big ballroom, a grand ballroom. We have an Astana Hall, which is well around 500 square meters. And in total, we have nine meeting rooms in the hotels, which gives us a lot of opportunity to serve the small 25-person meeting one day, or up to 1,000 people, full day meeting or 2 days meeting in the hotel. So we really can serve all requirements what international, but as well national guests would have to a hotel.
Okay, and also you are holding here very often MICE events.
Yes, yeah, very important.
Yes, maybe it's one of the main reasons that the hotels sometimes is fully booked.
No, it's a mix. On one side, it's the MICE event which we're holding in the hotel,
yes,
with all the facilities what we have. On the other side, we get a lot of leisure business as well, because we have a beautiful spa, big spa with more than 1,000 square meters. We have like 5 treatment rooms, we have different saunas, we have a big swimming pool, and this is very attractive to leisure guests as well. Next to us, we have the convention center, and of course, this brings us a lot of guests as well to the hotel.
Okay, I see. How often the hotel is fully booked?
It depends on the year. It depends on the demand. But I think in overall the market, the Astana market has around 55% occupancy. This is from statistics, from international statistics, and we are in the same range like the other five-star hotels.
You mean 75% is for 5-star hotels or
55?
55%.
Yeah, 55. Around 55% is the occupancy in Astana for the hotels.
For whole hotels, not only 5-star.
For 5-star hotels.
5-star hotels.
Exactly. Yeah.
I see. That's a very good number. I thought it's like quite a bit lower, this number is. But in comparing to the world, I think it's not so high, yes, these numbers?
I think the potential for Nur-Sultan is still big. On one side, I think we have a fantastic infrastructure here. We have a brand new airport. We have a congress center. Soon we have an exhibition center. We have a lot of international hotels, and it's a very safe and a very clean city. So basically the base is here for a lot of international guests, for a lot of MICE customers to come to Nur-Sultan. I believe we need to continue the way what the Convention Bureau, for example, already started, to continue to market the destination itself. I think Nur-Sultan is still not the most famous destination to hold a meeting. But if I look back the last 2-3 years, I really see a positive trend when it comes as well to international guests and as well to international meetings.
I see. And do you know the average number of the occupancy of the rooms, like in whole lot in the world for 5-star hotels?
No, this one I cannot. No, I don't know. I think it's very different from location to location. Most probably we have locations like Paris, the famous locations like Paris, maybe London, maybe New York, they have very, very high occupancy.
Yes.
And most probably you have other destinations as well, like Nur-Sultan, where you have lower occupancy. But
I know you worked in Zurich, in United Arab Emirates, in Abu Dhabi. So maybe you can provide us some numbers of occupancy for 5-star hotels in those cities.
I joined Hilton in 1993.
Yes.
So it's 27 years ago. And, I was in Abu Dhabi, for example, between 1999 and 2002. So that's a very long time. And it's difficult for me to talk about, occupancy, because everything changed most probably in between. So it's difficult to talk about the figures itself.
I see. What is the price for the rooms here in hotel? And is it changing very often, the price for the rooms?
Yeah, the pricing is very dynamic. So we look at season, we look at demand, We look at the type of business which comes. Is it one night? Is it like for an overnight for 100 persons? If we look at published rates, I think it's around, it will be, let's say we talk about an average, it's around or starting at 38,000 tenge. And you know, depending on the season, it can go up as well. And of course, which type of room, which room type you choose, has a big impact as well on the price.
The most expensive room, how you called it, like president room?
Yeah, we call it a presidential suite. Yeah.
Ah, okay, I see. And how much for this presidential suite? I understand that it depends on the season and so on, but in average, like how much?
So our presidential suite has, you know, we're talking about a suite with 250 square meters in total, and with full service as well. And we are talking about $2,500 per night.
Per night.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. What special in this suite is also included, except just living?
You know, we have a dining room, special one. So you know, we have a lot of guests. They request private dining. So this is one option. And then of course it's the whole material which is used in the room, all the setups, the flowers which are in, the amenities are different. Everything is very upscale. Everything is very luxurious. So you really feel like a president when you are using this room. Yeah, let's have a look.
Давайте посмотрим президентский номер. Он более 200 квадратных метров. Это самый крутой, самый дорогой номер в этой гостинице. Мы посмотрели стоимость этого номера. Она больше $2000 за сутки.
Nice. So, and this is really the unique view what we have here. You know, I like this park very much in front of the hotel. And then of course Fierce is something iconic. Very unique, I would say even very unique to the world.
Yeah. Sure. Our children usually play in
they go over there?
Back, yes.
It's fantastic now.
Playground.
And it's very lively here. I mean, on the weekend we have a lot of people coming here to play, especially in the summer, to play with the kids. And yeah,
it's also windy here in front. I mean, there is no buildings, no.
Yeah, that's
quite open space, but it's very beautiful.
It is,
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the room.
So this is the living room.
Yes.
What we have. I can show you the sleeping room.
Здесь обычно останавливаются политики, президенты.
So let me open. So
Have its own balcony, yep.
yeah, its own balcony. You see, you have windows everywhere.
Yes.
So it's really a very bright room, and again, very nice view.
On a shiny side.
Exactly.
Of the city.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, very good. Yes, room. Okay, but it's not like so posh. It is made in a like so street design. Like it is made in a straight style. Like not so posh, not so.
No, yeah, it fits perfect in the whole hotel. So it's in the same style, like you know, like the whole hotel is built, and even the material you'll see in the other rooms, even the material is quite similar. Of course, luxurious floors and the space and so on, but the style, the look and feel is purely adapted to the hotel.
It's not like, I mean, for the pop stars. It's more like for politicians or for businessmen.
Could be, could be,
Yes,
could
okay,
be.
good.
Yeah. Bathroom right here.
Wow, quite a big shower room.
Yeah, that's, let me close the door here.
Very good. interesting. This is quite a big room.
This is a big room,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, quite a lot of space. And, also, the floor here is like a hot floor, yeah?
Yeah, everything is heated, yeah. yeah.
You mean in the whole whole?
No, floor heating is mainly there.
Oh.
Yeah, no, here is no need, but
And
for the...
there is some more rooms, yeah?
Exactly. So we have here like an office type of a room right here. And here is our dining room. Let me see.
I see.
Maybe put it
And
a
the
little
kitchen.
bit. And the kitchen, exactly. If we, you know, if we serve for a dinner. You want to have it open or closed?
Oh, it's okay. We have a light here as well. Okay, very good.
And a small kitchen there, exactly.
And a special room for maybe bodyguards.
Exactly, could be for security. It's a regular room attached, so it can be used for security, for example. Could be used for an additional room if a big family comes, for example. So it's different purpose of this room there.
It could be bigger than 250 square meters.
Could be even an additional 40 square meters. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Mr. Stephan.
Very good.
Yes,
Please.
thank you for your question. What is the demand for this room?
Yeah, the demand is, you know, not everybody is a president, so of course proportionally it's much less than for other hotels.
And maybe most often is like special guests who like presidents and other very high level politics, or it is more often used by very rich businessmen.
Everything. It can be a real president, it can be a businessman, it can be an entrepreneur, it could be, you know, everybody who, you know, who likes to do, who treats themselves maybe a little bit different for special occasions as well, are booking the presidential suite.
But I guess it's more like more politics than the businessmen, maybe.
No, I cannot say this, I cannot confirm this, no,
Okay.
no.
Who were your special guests here in Hilton Astana? Maybe some you could mention some very like famous people.
I mean, in general, we don't like to talk too much about our guests by names, but we are very happy this year. We had our first big state visit. So we were hosting the official presidential delegation from Korea. And we were very happy that you know, the president of Korea was staying with us with the big delegation. So I think this is really was an exceptional situation for us, and we were very proud to host him him and his wife in our hotel.
Yes, it was a few days ago. They stayed in presidential.
Of course, as a real president, he has to stay in a presidential suite. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask who paid for this room? It's maybe it's a Kazakhstan site, or it's a Korean site, or it's a confidential information?
No, I cannot tell you, because it was a mixed invoice. Who was paying for it? So a part was the Kazakh delegation, the Korean delegation, and the part is the Kazakh government. Yeah.
Does the hotel business in Kazakhstan have its own distinctive features, like a difference, like hotel business, not just workers and employees? I mean, like in general.
In general, if we look at Nur-Sultan, for example, I think geographically it's placed quite nicely, because it's like it's like in the middle of Frankfurt, 5 hours. You have Beijing, 5 hours. You have like 3 hours to Moscow and so on. So it's quite a nice place, and I think this gives a lot of advantage when you want to bring different countries together. Brings quite a lot of advantage.
What kind of problems like do hotel management have to face here in Hilton Astana, or just in Kazakhstani hotels?
You know, I think if you work with humans, it's never predictable what's happened. You know, and you know, everything can happen in a hotel. This is clear, and I think this makes it very interesting. It makes it very colorful.
Yes.
To work in a such environment, looking at guests, if you have guests from the US or from Germany or from India or from Australia, from the nature, they are always different needs. It comes already with the food. They all have different needs of food. They all have a different perception. What is a good food? What is not a good food? Some of them more with vegetables, some of them more meat, and so on. And I think this makes it very, very colorful, and leaves sometimes as well a challenge that some guests request this and this and this, and you cannot provide it because it's not available on the market, or you have some lead time until you can get the goods. So these are the challenges what we have. Yeah.
What has changed in the Hilton network in last 2-3 years?
Maybe we shouldn't look about 2-3 years, maybe a little bit, maybe 10 years.
Yes.
I think one of the biggest changer was the upcoming social medias. I believe this had a very, very big impact on our industry. Not Hilton, but in general, hospitality industry. Because everything is much more transparent. I'm thinking about TripAdvisor, I'm thinking about Booking.com, but not only as a booking tool, as well as a feedback tool. So, I think this was really a change for the hospitality industry in general when all the social medias came up. A positive change.
Yes.
Yeah? So we get much more feedback from guests. We get much more direct feedback from guests. We can interact as well with the guests. And if I look 10 years back, it was not possible because it was more or less not existing. So I think this was a big change. And when we look a little bit in the future, I just mentioned the digital key. This is one. I think smart home will be a topic as well in the near future. Meaning that when you check in a Hilton room, the system knows that you like to have 22 degrees in your room, you like to have like this type of music, you like to have the shears closed and so on. So these are all these smart rooms. This is the future, and I think this will come as well in the next couple of years in many hotels.
Let's talk about the topic of sustainable development. What your hotel is doing in this direction?
Yes, sustainability is quite important for this hotel, but as well for Hilton. What we are working on here in this hotel is last year we eliminated most of the plastic bottles in the hotel. So really to reduce the plastic. Due to safety reasons, we need to keep it in the spa area. There we cannot have glass, but all the other areas are purely with glass. We eliminated, for example, the straws. So we have a kind of paper straw which we are using. We have a lot of soaps which guests are not using, so we are recycling them. We have a corporation with a local organization here. They take our soap and they basically cook new soap out of it. So these are a couple of small initiatives what we are doing. On the other side, we are looking heavily on waste management, on waste separation. So plastic to plastic, food waste to food waste, paper to paper, and so on. So we developed a system within the hotel. And we are training and training the team members as well to strictly follow this waste separation. So these are the activities what we are doing here, and globally we are looking at really reducing the water consumption by half, reducing the CO2. Production as well by 60%, and as well our engagement in the community. We want to increase. We want to double the engagement in the community, because I believe it's very important not only to successfully manage a hotel as a hotel. I think a hotel needs to be active as well in the community with different activities. Like we did the tree planting. This was on the umbrella of 100 years, but it was adding value as well to the city. Engaging with different organizations. So I think this is very important. Education of young people.
I see.
Very important to us. We have a good cooperation with Casco University, for example. So, you know, we give some lectures there. We have a lot of students coming to us to get practice, to do an internship. And I think this is very important that we share the knowledge what we have in the hotel as well with the young people.
So you are quite a social, responsible company.
Very important to us, yeah.
Yes.
Very important to us,
I
yeah.
see.
Yeah. Another highlight is we will employ on the 6th of January for the first time a person with a Down syndrome. So this will be new to us. So we just finalized all the contract details. We found a fantastic young person, and the lady will start to work on the 6th of January in the hotel.
What kind of job will this lady?
She will start in the laundry department. This will be the first step, and then we need to see how she's developing and you know what the opportunities are. Yes.
That's very good.
Yeah, I think great.
I think in other countries, in other parts of the world, Hilton is also like quite such social responsible. Yeah, it's hiring people with disabilities.
Yeah. No, it's a strong focus, you know. And people with disabilities, they're really adding value as well, and you know, you can give them a great opportunity. And I think that's important. That's part of our responsibility as well. You know, being in active in different areas of the world.
Why you choose the Hilton hotel as your career ladder? Why is Hilton? I mean, why not other chain?
Why not other chain? That's a very good question. I think there was a position available in Zurich, and you know, maybe the question is as well, why still Hilton? I still remember my first day when I started to work, and this is 26, 27 years ago. I still remember. So you know, people were really open. They welcomed me. Even the manager was there at 10 o'clock in the evening and said, "Welcome to the team." And I was not somebody in the top management, and this really impressed me. And you know, I had good interviews. I had different interviews with different hotel chains, but I felt very comfortable with this person which I was interacting, and basically that's the reason why I decided for Hilton. But now I have to say as well, Hilton, you know, gave me a lot of opportunities. They invested a lot in education for me. I could visit different countries, and you know, I really feel like part of the Hilton family, and I'm very proud to be part of the Hilton family.
How can one find the jobs? Where usually do you place the job of vacations?
Where we find our team members or how we recruit. Of course, we have different online platforms which we're using to proactively search for team members, but as well where we post our postings. We have our own Hilton career site, where, for example, all the vacant positions in the whole world are posted. So if somebody is interested to go to New York, or if somebody is interested to go to Dubai, they can check which positions are available, and people can apply through this portal. So this is one part. The second part, what we are using is, you know, the promotion from our employees. So we have employees here. They promote the place because they like to be here. They are proud to work here. They will tell their friends. And the friend is then interested as well to come to work to us. So these are the channels what we are using to recruit the team members.
What is the criteria for choosing as an employee, for example, maid staff, for example? Do they have to know an English language, or they can, because they are not in communication with the guests, it's not a criteria for working?
You know, for me, one of the most crucial part is personality. The person needs to have a good personality. The person needs to be open to learn, open to serve our guests. The person needs to have fun to serve our guests. The person needs to have, needs to like to create special moments for our guests, special memories which they will take home and share with their families as well. So really personality is very important for me. The second point which is very important is that they are sharing the same values. as we are sharing. And when it comes to language, yes, we are an international hotel. We have a lot of international guests. And the aim is to have people which are English speaking or French speaking as well. But you know, on the end of the day, it's always a mix. And again, at the end of the day, it comes to personality. If the personality is right, everything else can be trained. If the personality is right, somebody can learn a language. Somebody can learn how to serve a bottle of wine. Somebody can learn how to clean a room. So the personality is really the crucial part where everything starts.
Okay, I see. And for the maids, do they have to know English language or not?
No, it's not a criteria.
It's not
a criteria.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for example, do you know the salary of the maids, like here in your hotel?
Yes, I know, but I would not.
You would not tell.
Cannot share. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you know the salaries as well.
Yes.
You know, we are in competition with other hotels, so you know we need to have competitive salaries. So we are always, of course, always in the norm of the salaries. Although for me, salary is not the most important, because what I see as well now with young people, money is one thing. But for young people, it's very important that they have a future. That they know when they are 20, 18, 20, 22 years old, where the journey is going in their life. And to provide a young person with an opportunity, with a vision, and supporting as well young people to achieve this vision, you know, this is very, very important as well. And this makes a difference as well if you have a couple of tenge more or a couple of tenge less on your salary. So what I want to say, it's really important to work with young people, you know, give them the tools that they can achieve their dreams when they are 30 years, 40 years old. This is as important than purely the salary. The service level, which we keep quite high for our guests in all the areas, and of course we need a team member who can serve our guests.
I see.
Please.
Thank you. In order to go upstairs, you have to have a card here.
You need to have the card, yeah. Yeah, so only hotel guests can go to the floors, yeah.
I see. So this is for security measures.
That's a part of the security measures, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Please, let's have a look.
So we are on
We're on the fourth floor.
Okay.
Now here you have a very nice view on our breakfast restaurant downstairs, and let's cross one of our bridges, which are combining both wings what we have, and here again you see this fantastic glass front, which is really something unique for our hotel.
How many floors in total here?
In total we have 9 floors.
9 floors.
So we have 8 floors with hotel rooms, and on the 9th floor we have our rooftop restaurant, Cloud 9.
I see. And what kind of other facilities do you have here?
In addition, we have a huge conference area over there with nearly 4,000 square meters event space. There's one part we have a beautiful spa. Eforeo Spa with as well 1,200 square meters. You have different treatment rooms. We have a big swimming pool. We have different saunas, and so it's really something where you can treat yourself in a cold winter day. And yeah, these are the main facilities what we have.
And this hotel was opened 2 years ago, yes, for
November 2017.
November 2017.
In November
2017. Okay, so it was not ready for Expo.
We had it partially ready for the Expo because we were hosting some events here in the hotel, which was very nice.
Okay, good.
Super.
Okay, so if you don't mind, we will move to personal questions.
Please.
So yes, and could you tell a little about yourself? Where are you from?
Yeah.
Yes, and do you have a family?
Yeah.
Do you live here with your family?
So I was born in Switzerland. I'm Swiss as well, and a long time ago I started my career as a chef. So in the kitchen in Switzerland, I did 3 years apprenticeship. I was working for another 5 years as a chef in different hotels, in different restaurants within Switzerland. And then I asked myself as well where I will be with 50 years old or with 55 years old. And I said, kitchen maybe is not my thing. And I decided to make a hotel management school. And then in 1993, I joined Hilton at the front desk. Mm-hmm. So I was one of the clerks doing check-in, check-out, welcoming the guests. And then the journey starts the last 26 years in different positions in different countries. So I started in Zurich as a receptionist. I was then promoted to Abu Dhabi as a front office manager. After 2.5 years, I had the opportunity to go to Germany, to Dresden as a commercial director of the hotel. I was there for 5 years, and then afterwards I received my first management position in 2007. So I could take over the Hilton Danube in Vienna. So we moved to Vienna. And before I came to Kazakhstan, I was for 5 years in Bulgaria, in Sofia, managing the Hilton Sofia there. And here in Kazakhstan, I'm with my family. So I have my wife and I have 2 kids, 13 and 15 years old. And they are going to an international school here in Nur-Sultan. And we are feeling quite happy here. Happy here.
Good. And you with your family live in this hotel or you live somewhere else?
No, we are living outside of the hotel, and I'm quite happy about this because I think if my kids would grow up in such an environment, I think they would be spoiled when they are growing up. So no, we have a very nice apartment in the city center, like a couple of kilometers away from the hotel. Yeah.
I see. Okay, good. And so there are some relatives lived in Switzerland. Mm-hmm. And how often do you fly like home? Because it's almost like 20 years you have left your home country. Yeah. So how often do you fly?
So from Kazakhstan we're going a little bit less home, because it's like 6-7 hours flight, so it's quite long, and the time differences. So at the moment we are going home like 2 times a year. My family has a long break in the summer, like 2 months. So they spent this whole 2 months in Switzerland. And of course over Christmas we are home as well for another 2 weeks. And so it's twice a year.
Yes, okay. And your wife is also from Switzerland?
Also Swiss, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You are from German part of the Switzerland,
yes,
not French?
Yeah. Not French. So I'm coming from Bern, the capital, just like 20 kilometers outside. And my wife is just from the neighbor village.
I see.
And which is quite handy when we go home, because we want to equally spread our time with both families, from my family and the family of my wife. And being very close to each other, it's quite nice to commute from one family to the other.
I see. How you spend your weekends here with your family?
You know, we try to be a little bit active outside. So during the summer, we like to go with the bicycle. This is a lot of fun for us. In the winter time, it's more ski, Nordic walking and cross-country ski. So this is what we like to do. And, meeting friends, going from time to time to Almaty, going from time to time to Baravoye, for example, trying as well to explore a little bit this fantastic country.
I see. And you are already living here more than 3 years?
Yeah, good 2.5 years.
2.5 years, okay. And I guess maybe your children already know Russian or Kazakh language. They maybe speak a little bit?
Yeah, they do. My wife was learning for at least 7-8 months Russian. So she is, she's quite good in Russian language. And the kids as well. They have some, Kazakh culture lessons, and they're learning as well Russian. Yeah.
What about you?
I have to admit, I did not learn Russian so far. So I really depend on my wife, on her language skills when we are going out. Yeah.
Good. And how many languages do you know?
So it's Swiss German.
Yes.
My mother tongue is German.
Yes.
And then English and a little bit French. But it's very, very rusty, my French. So I learned it in school because in school we have to learn one of our 4 languages in Switzerland. So we were learning French, but I did not use it for many, many years, and therefore it's a little bit rusty.
I see. Also, you lived in Bulgaria and United Arab Emirates, and there is a Bulgarian language and Arabic language. You didn't have the chance to learn like...
I was learning a little bit in Bulgaria.
Yes.
Within these 5 years I was in the country, so I took like for half a year I took some Bulgarian lessons. So I learned the alphabet, the Cyrillic alphabet. So this one works, and the same in Abu Dhabi. I learned a little bit Arabic, but again it's too long away, so I cannot too far away, so I cannot speak anymore Arabic. Yeah.
Yes. Which of the countries where you worked is one of your favorite?
One of my favorite. This is really, really difficult, and you know, because it was quite diverse. If you compare Vienna, a city with the highest living quality and lots of parks and so on, compared to Bulgaria, one of the poorest country in the European Union, then you can think, yeah, the living quality needs to be better in Vienna. But we had a fantastic time in Sofia. We had a fantastic time in Vienna. So for us, it's not like, what is the most favorable place. I always believe it is important what you're doing out of it. If you're open, if you want to make friends, if you want to look at the destination as your home destination, you will feel well everywhere in the world. So for us, it's difficult to say where. I'm still proud to be Swiss. I'm still proud of my country because I think it's a beautiful country. Yes, of course, but I think this is normal that where you were growing up, you feel most connected.
Okay, I see. Tell us how you were invited to work in this hotel in Hilton Astana.
What we do usually within Hilton, we have a cycle of around 5-6 years where we stay in one place.
Nice.
And after 5 years in Bulgaria, I started to talk as well with my manager. What could be the next step? And then suddenly I got a call from our regional HR manager, telling me that there is an opportunity in Kazakhstan, there is an opportunity in Astana, there is an opportunity to open this fantastic hotel. If this would be an option for me. So it was a very simple 10-minute call where they gave me this opportunity first.
How did you react did you knew before about Kazakhstan anything, or what was your reaction?
I heard the name Kazakhstan. I knew that this is a country, but I think this was all what I knew about the country. So, the reaction was, I think, like everybody would react. You sit in front of your computer, and you start to Google. You start to search. You go to YouTube, and you watch all these nice videos about the country and so on. And this was basically the first step of our decision-making process to decide if we want to come here or if we not want to come here.
And how your family react to this idea?
Since we are traveling since many years, we are open.
Yeah.
So the reaction was, let's see. Yeah. So we spent quite a lot of time in researching. So it was the Google, it was the YouTube, watching all these videos, and this was basically the start of our decision-making process.
Okay, and before you have seen the movie Borat, maybe, yep, no?
Yes, I saw it as well.
Yes,
yeah.
And maybe the first thing which they said was like the first thing that came to your mind was this movie.
No, not necessarily, no. As I tell you honestly, we started to research, and it was quite funny because we started to research, and we saw a lot of clips about mountains and skiing and so on, and we thought, oh, that's a great country to go. But it was Almaty. Then the second step was to realize that we have 1,300 kilometers in between, and that Astana is quite different. So this was the first reaction what we saw in the when we started to research.
And do you quite often go to Almaty for skiing? Yep, for having your weekends.
No, we don't go that often. No. But we go like for 3-4 days. In February last year, we were a couple of days there. But it's not like that we would go for a weekend. I think for this weekends are too short. Yes. And, from an environmental point of view, to fly too often, it's not so good as well. So we prefer to stay then more in the, in the city as well and do some nice activities here. I mean, I just would like to say as well, we have a fantastic opera. We like to go to the opera. I think it's a great opportunity what we have in Astana here, and there are many more things to do here.
And it's like quite often question to ask. Which city do you like more, Almaty or Astana?
I'm living in Astana, and for me, Astana is my home. And, I like it very much. So it's interesting because the character is completely different in Almaty, but we feel a really great home here. Huh? Really great home here. Yeah.
I see, okay. But you're also often in Almaty as well, yeah?
Yeah, maybe 5 times a year, so not that many times.
Like 5 times a year?
Approximately, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, good. And what is the difference in mentalities, the people in Kazakhstan and maybe in United Arab Emirates, in Bulgaria, in other parts of the Europe?
Yeah, it's difficult to compare, but what I feel here is really that people are very friendly, people are very open, and very helpful. For me as a tourist, when I was here, this is the second week, I was standing with a map somewhere on the street, and suddenly somebody exit his car and asked me if he can help. It never happens to me. It was the first time here in Astana. I really appreciated this, So and these are the small stories, which I believe is very nice of the people. It shows as well the characteristic of the people. Very eager to learn, very eager to develop themselves, and so it's quite nice. Yeah.
Can you mention some difference between the difference between workers in Kazakhstan and maybe other parts of the world?
In addition to what I just said, maybe one point which I can say is the punctuality. Because with us, if we say let's meet at 4, yes, we meet most probably at 4. Yeah. But here you need to be a little bit more flexible. It could be 4:15 or 4:30. So maybe this is a different what I see. But otherwise, I don't see, too many differences.
And there is no such special things that could be different from other workers in other parts.
No, this is an interesting question because we meet with my colleagues, the other GMs of other hotels, twice a year, and of course, team members is always a big topic. And listening to my colleagues from Italy, from Belgium, from Dubai and so on, they all have the same problem. They had all the same challenges. They had all the same, issues and so on with team members. So I think on the end of the day, there is not a big difference. When we work with people, it's always about motivating people, see that people are engaged, see that people are serving the guests, train the people. This is all over the world. It's the same.
What do you like most in Kazakhstan, and what do you like the least?
What I like most?
Yes.
What I'm always impressed is, and you see it here when you look outside, this empty landscape. If you come from a country like Switzerland, a very small country, we have around 8 million people living there, basically one village is following the next one. And if you look here, you have just 200 kilometers nothing. And this is something which I really, for me, it's impressive, and I really like it, just to see outside. So this is something which I like very much. What I miss or what I don't like, maybe it's like, overall we have everything here. What I miss sometimes, it's, a good cheese, a good and affordable cheese. And as well on the other side, it's very hard to get good bread. There's 1 or 2 bakeries, they really have good bread. But in general, we have a little bit of bread culture, and for us it's very important. Yes. And this is something which I miss a little bit. But this means as well, this is very small things. This means as well that we don't miss anything here. Yes. And what we don't have at home.
What are the 3 main recommendations that you could give to the tourists who are planning to come to Nur-Sultan?
For me, as I said, I think one is the opera. One is the area around Bajterek. I think it's very nice. For me, it's quite impressive to drive outside, to see as well this empty space around the city, and then of course to experience the Kazakh culture, Kazakh food. It's very interesting for me when I met it first. So this is a great experience as well. And if there is a chance to see some from the heritage, like a yurt, these are all things which are really impressive, and definitely a reason to come to Nur-Sultan.
What is your main dish that you like more in Kazakhstan?
Yeah, that's a difficult question because I don't eat meat.
I see. Oh.
So I know in Kazakhstan it's very popular to eat meat, or it's very popular to eat meat, and so therefore it's just everything without meat.
I see. You are vegan or a vegetarian?
No, vegetarian. I'm eating fish.
Yes.
But I just keep meat and chicken.
For how long you don't eat?
5 years by now.
For 5 years.
5 years. Yeah.
I see. I see. Good. Okay. So maybe in Kazakhstan it's quite hard for you, because like every meat, like almost all of the dishes have a meat. Like
a lot of dishes have meat, yes, but I see as well a trend that, if I look at the hotel, in our hotel, the demand for vegetarian dishes is increasing. More people are asking, what you have without meat, even what you have without fish. So, this is a trend. And I see as well a lot of adaptations in many restaurants in the city offering much more vegetarian options, even with a special page in the menu. So there is a trend in this direction. Yeah.
Okay, I see. How do you find the climate here? Are you comfortable with our winters?
It's a nice experience. I mean, it's a tough one. It's a very tough experience, but it's really something unique to experience -40. But otherwise, I'm coping very well, because yes, it's very cold. Yes. On the other side, a lot of sunny days, a lot of days where we have a blue sky. Yes. And what I like here very much is that the snow stays white the whole winter. Because in Europe, after 3-4 days, the snow gets like brownish in the cities, and here it's everything white. So, for being a person not to be too much outside, it's very nice to watch and to see the coldness. But it's an experience, absolutely. Yeah.
And if you will have a chance to choose between Abu Dhabi, you lived there and worked as well, and Nur-Sultan, in the matter of climate, what you would choose?
I think I would stay here, because it's easier to dress than to undress. When undressing, you come to a limit. So I think it's nice here, and I like this cold weather as well. For me, it's better than to have like 40 degrees plus.
For me as well, yes.
Yeah. But it's very individual. It's very individual.
Also, there is a tradition in our YouTube channel. In the end of the program, we have a contest for our viewers, and our speakers provide some presents. And what can you give to our viewers?
So I'm very glad to follow my previous speakers on this nice tradition, and what I would like to offer is to the guest a very nice dinner in our rooftop bar on the 9th floor, Cloud 9, for a nice dinner for 2 people.
Okay. That's very good. Thank you. And what would be your task for our viewers in order to win this contest?
I would like to learn what should be done, what can be done in order to have more tourists coming to Nur-Sultan.
Yes. Okay, so dear viewers, please leave your comments under this video, and please provide us with all your ideas how we can attract more tourists to Nur-Sultan, right? Yep.
Exactly.
Okay, standard room?
The rooms are all the same. So basically the added value of an executive room is the access to the lounge and the high floor.
I see,
Yeah.
I see.
But the size of the rooms, you know, the look and feel is exactly the same. So let me open here the blackout curtain.
So this is called executive lounge.
Executive room.
Executive room,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's an executive. Let's go to Cloud 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Let's have a look there. As well, the restaurant where we will have the prize winner of our competition.
Okay. Jordan in the Dare Sea in Kempinski Hotel. Yes, and we stayed also in presidential suite, and it was like very posh, you know. When we were there, like it was very, very posh.
But Kempinski is like our Waldorf Astoria, or maybe like Ritz-Carlton. It's more like the upscale 5-star. Yeah, we are more the Hilton brand, or the Hilton Hotel is more positioned for 5-star. In a 5-star, not upscale level, yeah.
I see.
So that's maybe the reason.
Yes, yes.
But still, the lobby itself and I think the hotel is definitely above, you know, a typical 5-star hotel from a design, you know, from impressive point of view.
Yes.
But the rooms, yes, they are functional.
Yes.
I think they are very cozy, very warm, and. So you were on vacation there?
Yes, I was on a vacation with my family. It was in 2009 or 2010.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a family, little child. So I studied in England. So from there we went to Jordan to meet our
during
friends.
your study you went to Jordan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Very
for
good.
our vacation.
Hi.
Hello,
Thank you. Very good, thank you. Just have a look.
Yes.
So this is our restaurant.
The restaurant is on
like,
the roof. Yep.
It's on the roof, yes, exactly. So we have here the restaurant part. Again, beautiful view. Really a unique view, and you know, in the evening when Spheres is illuminated, it's really fantastic to see. And you know, as well, the empty space is just beautiful.
I see.
Yeah. On this side here we have the bar, and then the other part we do it like restaurant lounge area, where you can just sit for a drink or for a small snack.
I see.
And we have as well a couple of tables in between, where people can have dinner. And at the end, we have the terrace for the summertime. So
good. Yes. And you are very tall. What is your tall
height? 2 meters and 4.
Tall height.
2 meters and 4.
I see. Yes.
So above 2 meters.
Yes. It's quite an average for a Swiss person.
No. I think Swiss people are like maybe like
109,
170, 175, 178, something like this.
I see.
But 2 meters is really, or even above 2 meters, that's something special. Exactly.
So it's your parents were also so tall?
Yeah.
Both.
The whole family.
I see. Good. Okay, good. Okay, yes,
Great. So this is our restaurant. This is where our customers or the winner of the competition will enjoy a fantastic dinner or a fantastic lunch. So I hope a lot of people will participate.
Okay.
A lot of great ideas for us. how we further can promote Nur-Sultan as a touristic destination, and it would be a pleasure for me then to welcome the winner quite soon in our restaurant here.
We hope as well. Так что, дорогие друзья, это и есть тот самый ресторан, в котором вы можете пообедать на 2 человека. Специальный приз от мистера Штефана. Так что принимайте участие, оставляйте ваши комментарии под этим видео, где пишите, какие меры можно предпринять для того, чтобы увеличить поток туристов в городе Нур-Султане. Пишите ваши комментарии, и мы, you will choose the winners, maybe by yourself, like after 1 month, okay? We will came, yep, and we will.
Or we do it together, you know?
Yep, okay.
We can do it together.
Okay,
huh?
okay, Mr. Stefan.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your time. Yes, it was quite an impressive and a good and a very beautiful hotel. Yes, enjoy your staying in Kazakhstan.
I will.
So,
I will. Thank you very much. And it was nice to meet you. Thank you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Всего доброго.